Having a lot of money is the dream of many. Have you ever had that thought? To achieve this feat, you need to be focused as the path is taxing, and I want to warn you from the beginning that it won't be effortless. This is why not everyone can achieve the goal of having a lot of money. I'm here today to show you how to build your wealth fortress. I'll also talk about mindset, which is the most important part. Do you want to learn the path to prosperity? From adopting the mindset of a millionaire to the daily practices that will make all the difference in your journey towards financial success. Then let's begin. Let me see if you are ready. If you're ready to begin your path to prosperity, then type yes in the comments right now. Just comment yes right now, and wealth will come to you in abundance. When I see your comment, I will give you a heart. Now that you've commented, let's continue. Follow the valuable tips in this video. I am certain that you will significantly reduce the normal time needed to learn about money. We live in a world where speed matters. Put your wealth building into overdrive by learning these tips. Many people spend hours on YouTube every day searching for tips on how to make money online. They are looking for the one thing that will make them rich in a flash. Have you ever done that? If you have, there is no shame in that. But I want to warn you to be careful, because there are many people out there with bad intentions. People who will try to sell you a course that doesn't work, promising quick wealth. They make it seem like you will learn something and get rich quickly. But in reality, it's just another scam. They will gladly take your money and return nothing of value. So always stay alert, because getting rich requires a lot of discipline, effort, and dedication. If I could give one piece of advice to younger people, I would say, be patient and disciplined. Get focused, because when you do what needs to be done, building wealth naturally happens in your life. Taking shortcuts won't work. Wealth that comes easily goes away just as quickly. The best example of this is lottery winners. The history of lottery winners shows us that no matter the size of the prize, if the person isn't mentally prepared to deal with a lot of money, they'll soon be back in debt. Obviously, that's not what you want. I believe we should have a life of prosperity with generational wealth. So, let's move on. These teachings will undoubtedly change your financial situation. Pay attention not to miss any important tips. Our country is full of very rich people and also very poor people. There are differences in the habits and thoughts of these two types of people. The reason why some people can get rich while others can't is directly linked to each one's mindset about money. It all starts with how we think about money. This is deeply embedded in our subconscious minds. Your entire outer universe is just a reflection of your inner world. If things aren't going well financially, it's because of your mindset before. The good news is that it can be shifted. So, I'm here today to help you with that. For someone who is the most talented in their professional field, if their mindset about money isn't aligned with financial success, it becomes difficult to get rich. Even if they manage to accumulate wealth, they might lose it quickly. You might be wondering, am I destined to live in poverty for the rest of my life because of my thoughts? The answer is no. We can adjust our thoughts and actions to achieve the financial success we desire. And that's exactly why I'm here today. I will guide you on how to cultivate a prosperous mindset, teach you how to build your wealth fortress and no longer depend on a minimum wage or worry about losing a job. Let's start with the mindset, because by changing the way you think is the start to changing your entire financial situation. If you're new here, please do me a favor and subscribe to the channel. I provide valuable tips every week and I give it away for free. I genuinely want to see you succeed. Can I count on your help? Thank you. Okay, let's get back to business. If the way you see money in your subconscious isn't set for success, everything you do will keep you from wealth. Childhood influences shape our financial perspective and can result in harmful thoughts and behaviors. The solution is to replace negative thoughts about wealth with positive ones. This will lead to financial success. Transforming our mindset is the first and most important step to building a solid foundation of prosperity. Most wealthy people share a similar mindset about money. Do you think this is just a coincidence? It's most definitely not. These people have a completely different way of thinking than those who don't have money. The way we think about money influences our actions and consequently our results. If you think and act like poor people do, you'll also end up in that situation. But if you adopt the mindset of wealthy people and act like them, you can also achieve prosperity. So start adopting the mindset of the wealthy, and then you will turn those thoughts into wealth-building actions. So prepare your mind to receive a lot of money. Some people think money is just for them to spend. This is not true. Money was made for earning, investing, saving, and keeping first, then spending. Some people completely ignore the most important 3 levels and focus only on earning and spending. If you ignore the other 3 levels, you will most likely have financial problems. Now, if you learn to work with investing, saving, and keeping, then you'll start moving towards success. Another thing about money is that if someone earns a lot of money without being internally prepared for it, their wealth is likely not to last long. Many people simply don't have the internal capacity to earn and keep large sums of money. They usually can't handle many challenges that success brings. This is one of the reasons why they don't become rich. True wealth is more than the numbers in your bank account. It lies in the prosperity mindset that is cultivated over time. One example of this we have all seen is lottery winner, as mentioned earlier. Studies consistently show that no matter how much a person wins, most winners end up returning to their previous financial state. The reason is they can't properly handle large amounts of money and end up spending recklessly. Then in a few years, find themselves back in the same financial situation as before, and many of them end up in even worse situations, drowning in debt. This is truly unfortunate, which is why I insist on the importance of working on our mindset first. Is this making sense now? People who are rich due to effort and merit are the opposite. If they happen to lose their fortune, they often manage to recover it quickly. If they lose the money, they don't lose the most pivotal component of success, the prosperity mindset. It's the mindset that makes all the difference, regardless of the results you achieve. Whether in abundance or scarcity, positive or negative, just remember that the world around you is always a reflection of your inner world. When things aren't going well in your external life, it's because something isn't going well in your internal life. Modifying the mindset regarding money is the path, not only to changing the financial reality, but also to improve overall quality of life. Quality of life is important to you, isn't it? The way a person perceives money is shaped by the programming they received in the past. This happens during childhood. The primary sources of this programming or conditioning include, for most of us, parents, siblings, authority figures, teachers, media, and culture. These are the main influences. Although the list can be extensive, we must recognize these sources and consciously reprogram our mindset. This is the first step in building a money mindset geared towards success and lasting prosperity and generational wealth. The way you view money today was automatically programmed based on the information you absorbed. Now it's time to replace this automatic programming with a new program. Let's create from scratch a new mindset, a new perspective on money. Let's demolish this fragile scarcity mindset and replace it with a powerful and rich mindset. Children aren't born with knowledge of how to deal with money. Over time, they learn this gradually. From a very young age, we're taught to act in certain ways regarding money, and these teachings turn into automatic habits that influence us throughout life. We need to change these patterns in our minds. Taking conscious control of these patterns is critical to shaping a prosperous financial future. We all carry a money model in our subconscious that determines our financial destiny more than anything else. This model functions as our mental programming. It is a collection of beliefs stored in the subconscious that affects our relationship with money. Recognizing and modifying this programming is the key to transforming our finances and building a solid foundation for success where money flows abundantly. There's a fundamental formula that determines how we create our financial reality. This formula is called the manifestation process, and this happens as follows. Thoughts generate feelings, feelings generate actions, and actions generate results. But where do thoughts come from? They emerge from the information files stored in the subconscious. Transforming this information is the path to redefine our financial trajectory. Programming from childhood exerts significant power over us. Phrases like "money is the root of all evil" get ingrained in the subconscious and influence our attitudes towards money. Challenging and replacing these beliefs is crucial to transmuting to a mindset of prosperity. The examples we witness at home also shape our financial view. If our parents were ritzy or frugal, it affects how we deal with money today. Becoming aware of these patterns is the first step to breaking negative financial cycles, and this is important to be able to pay more attention to what we do with our money. Become the person in your family that breaks this vicious cycle. Certain experiences can leave traumas that turn into negative beliefs in the subconscious, affecting our financial success. Rewriting these experiences with a positive perspective is crucial to unlocking financial potential. To change this mental programming, we need awareness and understanding of the impact from childhood. Unlinking from negative beliefs and conditioning the mind with positive beliefs that lead to financial success are necessary. Starting this change process requires commitment, a lot of persistence, and consistent action to build a mindset of prosperity. To begin, I'll provide some important phrases. You should write them down so you don't forget. The first phrase is "what I've learned about money so far was false. From today on, I choose to adopt new ways of thinking about money." The second phrase is "how my family deals with money is their problem, not mine. I decide how I will act in this area." The third phrase is "I free myself from negative experiences with money and build a rich future for myself." The fourth phrase is "my life is filled with wealth and abundance." The trick is to repeat these affirmations at least 3 times in the morning right after waking up and 3 times at night before going to bed. If you need to, rewind the video now and write these phrases down so you don't forget. Repeating these phrases will strengthen the new financial mindset you want to cultivate. Writing these phrases on paper, also engrave them in your heart. Discuss them with your partners, as all of this contributes to strengthening the new mindset we're building. Many people believe that success in business only depends on skills and knowledge, or at least on the ability to identify good business opportunities. This isn't entirely true. True success in business starts with personal growth and mindset transformation. Developing skills is a must, but without a solid foundation of an entrepreneurial mindset, opportunities will be missed. Many of us think we make conscious choices in life, but in reality, we make few decisions that reflect our true awareness. Most of the time, we act automatically, guided by our past mental programming. Becoming aware of these automatic patterns is the first step to regaining control of our choices and directing our financial life. True financial freedom begins with the salvation from unconscious programming. Our mental programming is formed by beliefs and information transmitted by others, often passed down from generation to generation. By being aware of this, we can consciously replace concepts that don't contribute to prosperity with others that are more positive. Taking conscious control of our mental programming is a powerful act in the pursuit of financial success. We are not just passive recipients of other people's beliefs. We are active architects of our financial reality. Accepting to change those thoughts that don't propel us forward is essential. No thought exists without impact. No thought resides freely in our mind. They are constantly acting. They all lead us towards happiness and success, or simply steer us away from becoming rich. Therefore, choosing our thoughts and beliefs wisely is consequential. Each thought is a seed planted in the garden of our financial reality. We must purposely choose seeds that will lead to prosperity and wealth. Cultivating a positive mindset is like watering seeds for healthy financial growth. Wealthy individuals believe they have control over their lives, while poor individuals see things happening and attribute them to chance or destiny. Think about which of these views you believe in. Do you think you have control over your financial life, or do you simply believe things happen? To become wealthy, it's critical that you believe you control your life, especially your financial life. Taking responsibility is the first step towards developing a life of abundance and building a prosperous future. The belief that we are the hero of our financial story is the foundation for lasting success. Often people prefer to see themselves as victims, blaming others for their situation. It's the easy way of not taking responsibility. Never do that. It's essential to take responsibility and avoid blaming others. Complaining is also harmful as it attracts more negativity and poverty, so avoid this at all costs. Don't complain, solve problems. Change begins when we decide to be the architects of our own fortune, focusing on positive thoughts and affirming I create my own financial success. Authenticity and responsibility are the keys to our unlocking the doors of prosperity. Wealthy people enter the financial game aiming to win, while poor people enter the financial game to not lose. Individuals with a poor mindset adopt a defensive posture in the financial game. If you participate in a competition with a purely defensive strategy, your chances of winning will be slim or non-existent. However, that's how most people approach the financial game. Their main concern is survival and security, not the pursuit of wealth and abundance. Make life happen to you. Don't simply react to what life gives you. Be proactive about life. The goal of wealthy people is to achieve great fortune and abundance. Not just a little money, but a lot of money. The goal of people with a poor mindset is to have enough money to pay the bills or just get by. This cannot be your goal. Remember the law of intention. If your intention is to have just enough to cover expenses, that's exactly what you'll get, not a penny more. The question comes down to this: if your goal is just to have some comfort, you're likely never to become rich. But if your goal is to become wealthy, you're likely to achieve a rich, comfortable situation. If you shoot for the stars, you might at least reach the moon, as they say. People with a poor mindset don't even aim for anything specific at all, and then wonder why they haven't hit anything. The law of intention states that we only achieve what we aim for. If you want to get rich, your goal has to be that, and not just having enough to pay the bills or enjoy some comfort. Now, I want you to repeat the following statement a few times. My goal is to become a millionaire and much more. Clarity of purpose is the first step to creating an abundant financial reality. Wealthy people commit to being rich, while poor people wish to be rich. Ask people if they would like to be rich, and they'll say, of course. The truth, however, is that almost all of them don't desire wealth because they have many negative beliefs in their subconscious. They believe there's something wrong with being rich. These people have very contradictory ideas about wealth. For example, some people say having more money would make my life so much better, but also state, but I'll have to work myself to death. Or I'll be able to travel around the world, but also comment people will always want to my borrow money. The contradictions may seem innocent, but they're some of the main reasons why most people never get rich. Wealthy people have no doubt they want to make a fortune. They are unwavering in their desire and are fully committed to wealth creation. They will do everything legal, moral, and ethical to achieve their goal. People with a poor mindset point out many reasons why getting rich and being rich can be a problem. Consequently, they never really decide that they want to make a fortune. Everything in life is hard. Life is difficult. Being rich is hard, but being poor is not easy at all. It's up to you to choose which hard you want for your life. By the law of attraction, you always get what you want, what you desire in your subconscious, not what you say you want. If you're not getting the wealth you claim to want, it's because first, in your subconscious, you don't really want it. Second, you're not willing to do what's necessary to get what you want. To achieve wealth, you need to go through 3 levels. The first one is, I wish to become rich. This is another way of saying that I'll take advantage of all opportunities. But wishing alone isn't enough. Wealth doesn't simply result from wishing for it. The second level of desire is, I choose to be rich. This implies the decision to become rich. Your choices carry a very strong energy and go hand in hand with the responsibility one has to create their own reality. The word decision comes from the Latin dere, which means to eliminate all other alternatives. That's very powerful. Wealthy people think broadly while poor people think narrowly. A very key word is value, and it's crucial to know the 4 factors that determine your value in the market: supply, demand, quality, and quantity. The factor that poses the greatest challenge for most people is quantity. Another way to express this is to ask how many people you serve or reach. For example, there are instructors who prefer to teach small groups of 20 people at a time, while others feel comfortable with 100 listeners in the room. Some like an audience of around 500 participants, and others appreciate audiences of 2,000 to 5,000 people or more. There's certainly a huge difference in earnings between these instructors. Do you prefer to think broadly or narrowly? Most people choose to think narrowly simply due to fear of failure. Another reason they think narrowly is they feel inferior and undeserving. They don't consider themselves important enough or capable of making a real difference in someone's life. A good definition of an entrepreneur is a person who profits by solving others' problems. Would you want to solve problems for more people or fewer people? If you answered more, you start thinking broadly and decide to help a large number of people. Think thousands and even millions. The result of this is that the more people you help, the more prosperous you will be. Thinking and acting small only leads to a life of sacrifices and disappointment. Thinking and acting broadly allows you to have money and a meaningful life. I would like you to repeat the following statement a few times. I think broadly. I choose to help thousands of people. Wealthy people focus on opportunities, while poor people focus on obstacles. Wealthy people will see opportunities, while poor people see obstacles. Wealthy people recognize the potential for growth, while poor people consider the potential for loss. Wealthy-minded people focus on reward, while poor-minded people fear risk. We're not talking about positive or negative thinking, but the habitual perspective through which a person views the world. Many people with a poor mindset make decisions inspired by fear. Their minds are constantly looking for what's wrong or could go wrong in any situation. Their mental programming is, what if it doesn't work out? Or more often, this won't work out. Those with a mediocre mindset are a little more optimistic and say, I hope it works out. The rich are totally different. They take responsibility for the results of their lives. They act according to the mental programming that it will work out because I will make it work out. Their expectation is to be successful and have confidence in their ability. They believe that if something fails, they will find another way to succeed. In general, the greater the reward, the greater the risk. Because they see opportunities all the time, wealthy people are willing to take calculated risks. They believe they will get their money back if something goes wrong. On the contrary, the expectation of people with a poor mindset is to fail. They don't have confidence in themselves and their abilities. They are sure that if they are not successful in their actions, it will be a disaster. And as they only see obstacles, they usually won't take risks, and without risk, there is no reward. You need to understand this. No risks, no rewards. You search and search for success all the time, but you're never willing to take a risk. You don't know that the success you're looking for is hidden behind the risks you're avoiding. It's good to remember that being open to taking risks doesn't necessarily mean being willing to lose. Wealthy people take calculated risks. This means they research and perform necessary analyses. They make decisions based on facts and solid information. They don't spend their whole lives researching, though. They do what they can in the shortest time possible, and then make the calculated decision to start or not start a new venture. Although they say, "I'm preparing for an opportunity," what people with a poor mindset usually do is stand still. Terrified, they spend weeks, months, and even years thinking about what to do. Then when they decide, the opportunity has already disappeared. Wealthy people also understand that it's not possible to have all the information beforehand. Therefore, they prepare as best they can in the shortest time possible. Act and correct along the way. People with a poor mindset believe they need to know everything beforehand, which is practically impossible. Meanwhile, they do nothing. Poor people will harbor resentment toward those who are wealthy and successful. People with a poor mindset often look at others' success with resentment, jealousy, and even envy. If you want to be wealthy, but consider the rich inherently bad, then you can never be rich. You can't become something you despise. If you want to be rich, you need to love and admire the rich. Be happy for people of high achievement. It's astonishing to observe the resentment and even anger that many people with poor mindsets have towards the rich. It's like they believe the rich are responsible for the difficult situation they're in. Maybe they've been told throughout their lives that rich people are evil, dishonest, unworthy, and crooks. What they don't know is 98 out of every 100 rich men are honest. And that's why they're rich. That's why others trust them with money. That's why they undertake big projects and find great people to work with them. Of course, there are also dishonest people who earn millions, but they are very rare. The media talks about them so much that we get the impression that all rich people get their fortunes dishonestly. There are many honest rich people, and there are also dishonest rich people. Honest poor people and dishonest poor people. So if someone is going to be dishonest, it doesn't matter if they are rich or poor. The truth is, of all the attributes necessary to become rich, being trustworthy should be near the top of the list. Would you do business with someone you don't trust? Of course not. Therefore, to become wealthy, it's paramount to be trustworthy. This video is just a step to altering your mindset about money. It would be impossible to go through everything in one video. Thank you for making it to the end, and since you did, I have no doubt I can count on you for subscribing to this channel. I truly appreciate your support, and thank you for subscribing. Now, I would like to help you increase your income. Watch this video next for very valuable information on how to increase your income.